Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off you to a 1v1 on Langraskaya in the north. It is Mirasol, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the... let's just go with 2nd Panzer Division here with strategic reserves featuring the Assault Grenadiers, the Panther IV Model J, breakthrough packages, mobile observation posts, and the Tiger Race with triple infantry. Versus south it is only Wargame, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 3rd Armored Division featuring armor, rifle company, and tactical support. And as always, a special thanks to my patron supporters, these champions and heroes who keep me supported through thick and thin. You too can join their illustrious ranks and achieve another state of being. Probably not that, but anyways, Patreon there. Always something you can support me through. Link to the description. You can also support by PayPal, one-time donation. Or, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Helps a bunch more as well. That helps the video reach out more through the mysteries of the YouTube algorithms. So, right side here, we got strategic reserves as mentioned. There's the 3 unknown commanders they can choose from. And he's going for a fairly assault grenade heavy build. Note, no infantry company allows here Mirasol to play more aggressively. It's a build some players so like to go for, that is a bit rarer. There's definitely been a slight rise in those of late here with strategic reserves and assault grenadiers from a few players I've noticed. Also some with mechanized assault that aren't fun either. Rascot moving towards west here, grabbing some fuel over the Sturm Grenadier. 2nd assault grenadier squad on the way, I imagine here soon enough. No, first. Oh, he's then backing for the infantry company. That's an interesting choice there. I mean, I do something similar myself. I'd go for a commander with the assault grenadiers in it, but normally I'd go for the company first. And then you just call in the assault grenadiers and get a guy on the D squad out there first. So, slightly awkward timing here for Mirasol. Slightly awkward timing. I'm not again saying the build itself is bad here, but I think the way he's executed leaves a bit to be desired. But that's a small quibble there. Ralph Gore putting into the building in front of the MD-14. The assault grenadiers pushing forward with MP-40s. Forcing retreat here. So far off to a great start here for the Americans. The German plan rather got thrown off there due to a very awkward time schedule, if you will. Third drive squad out here for only Wargame. And we are seeing early grenades. Oh my, that can definitely prove very dangerous here. In part because, as I always say, so few American players actually make use of grenades. That when an American player to use it, it can completely slip by German by. Did I say by? But no, I said by. A German player's, optics. The reaction time just gets completely thrown off. So the first grenade there, if you land it correctly, can actually be quite devastating. But we shall see here. 2nd grenadier squad there. So 2 grenadiers, 1 assault grenadier squad, 1 MD-42. That's very similar to what I go for when I go for, again, assault grenadier related builds. And then can also, for some down the road, call in another assault grenadier squad, for example, if I really feel the need to, or add in some panzer grenadier. I'm moving forward with the assault grenadiers here, moving towards the west, looking to threaten his opponent's fuel point. That's definitely one approach here. I mean, Mirasol definitely seems to be a player not bound by conventions. That obviously can also have some weakness because some conventions is just, very solid, like, build orders and all that. But it also means he can be, much better completely throwing off his opponent in return because, he just doesn't do things the other way. That's, again, a thing there to keep in mind. Of course, again, it can also bite you in the arse regularly. Okay, he's going... Okay, this is getting very peculiar. 3 grenadiers and an assault grenadier squad is definitely not usual though at all. That is very interesting, but also a bit risky in some regards because it does mean he's fairly exposed to like a fast light vehicle here from early Wargame. Also, part of me thinks to then go for 2 assault grenadiers and then 2 grenadiers. I think that'd be much neater, but that's just me. We shall see what happens here. But I was going for the fuel point and the rest of the assault grenadiers. You see, meanwhile, I'm being utterly overwhelmed. We got the machine gun being hauled in there, but I think about offsetting off here to that way far from that angle rather than moving up here. I feel like that, besides requiring much more time, also provides the opponent more covers against it up from this angle. Covered up here, being able to catch units from a flank there. Plus, crucially, he wouldn't leave his own cover exposed. Got his rival squad here. Bringing up another squad here. I mean, there's a lot of action across the entire front line here. Mirasol is definitely trying to just leverage more infantry in the early game here to pressure his opponent. Captain on the way the early Wargame, and while we have seen the grenade being researched, he's so far yet to pop it here against the Germans. We'll have to see if that happens. Mirasol they'll need to take up soon here. He's going for a bunker first. Oh, grenade off, and that's going to be a wipe unless Mirasol here has the devil's own luck. And he didn't. But yeah, as you can see there, like, he was basically all everywhere else and he wasn't expecting the grenade. And that's typically where these grenades, and then like the first grenade is just really effective because, you know, you just then get the perfect time just to like get that wipe in there. So thumbs up to Only Wargame, highlighting just, you know, the advantage, you know, going for grenades as the Americans. No one sees it coming. No tech still here. I mean, that is pretty risky, in particular since, I mean, he doesn't even have access to rifle grenades, would be somewhat helpful here, like machine guns. He's going for a flamethrower here, though, since, you know, most American players never bother minds, even if they do go for a command, could go, there you go, double grenades here. Really painful there for Mirasol. We got him toward flank up behind here. So far, Only Wargame is pushing hard here against the 2nd Panzerdivision here, 5th Panzergrenadier Company. And you've got the Rifle Squad there. In the west, we got the Grenadiers with the Rifle Squad there as well. Back here, mechanized command post could go for the half track, and there you go, Rifle Squad pushed off. But it's also crucial to keep in mind, I mean, right now, Only Wargame is definitely getting a significant larger chunk of fuel here per minute than Mirasol is, so Mirasol needs to really put a stop to that fast, and he needs to take. Good lord, he needs to take, because that anti-aircraft target is going to be next to impossible to stop with just Panzerfausts. Honey's moving eastwards. He's moving forwards. And there you go, he's using the camp to rush it out there. 2 thumbs up to Only Wargame. A rarely utilised ability, and really, I think, just in my opinion, cements Only Wargame as, you know, being one of those smart American players that like to make use of their abilities. More Grenadiers here for Mirasol, not placing the assault guns and crucially not taking up. The Mirasol's got balls, so he's completely unawares of what's about to hit him. Probably a bit above. But Herr Hauptmann, what is struck by American light vehicles? I will use the Panzerfaust. But Herr Hauptmann, this is company of heroes. Oh, yeah. Now he's taking. Captain East was there. Because in the actual, you know, war, Panzerfaust would be more than adequate to take down the half-track, but in Company Heroes, not so much.
A capture point is under attack.
So yeah, bit of a challenge here for Mirasol, but he is technically leveraging having more infantry than his opponent in some regard. Actually, they got roughly the same amount. Though he does have the MD-42, but his opponent has the half-track, so yeah. He's going to need like a Pack 40 or some other light vehicle. See if he laid down some telemines, maybe, you know, that could have helped you. Could have blown up some, maybe had a chance of blowing up the half-track, but Mirasol just hasn't found the time for that. Moving towards the cup, I need to get the Pioneers in as well. Have to catch the Grenadiers here with its many guns. He's going to defend the cup, of course, need to be mindful of grenades. Like to make a nice company finally happening here for Mirasol. Calling a bounce back with the MD-42, and the Grenadiers definitely not looking too great either. He is pushing for this in fuel point. I mean, while Mirasol definitely has some issues with timing, tactically he is remaining fairly fluid and aggressive. I think in a situation where most players start getting really defensive, like he's still focused on hitting the opponent's western fuel point. I mean, that's actually surprisingly impressive. Like, I've seen so many players playing Langraskaya, like players in many ways others are better than Mirasol, but they typically tend to, like, you know, play the map very narrowly, and Mirasol is clearly, like, you know, playing with a more open mind in a sense. Almost got the Rifle Squad there wiped as well. They're very good. That's good for Only Wargame. He won't get the fuel point though because the Rifle Squad up close will. Oh, maybe not. The Grenadier Squad maybe got a pack out of Only Wargame. Pack 40 is almost done there for Mirasol though. Bring in the Grenadier Squad. He needs to treat that Grenadier Squad. Or do you just call that Grenadier Squad 1 and that Grenadier Squad 5 for now? They should call that 1 and that's 5. But anyways, pack out there, slowing on the way there. Pack 40 ready. Ground back the calf point. Enforcing, probably getting some. Yeah, we do have one light machines up here back at base. The LMD-42. Rifle Grenade off. Almost getting wiped with the Rifle Squad there as well. Half-tank Capital Grenadiers here. And Panzerfaust in the half-track.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Grenadiers Pioneers of the MD of the captain there. He's under fire. Pushing it pretty broadly. He's definitely moving more confidently now, though he has a pack forward to back it up. We got the half-track all on the west for the damaged engine. And the crew's just wondering, like, do we get out? Do we, like, try to repair it and grab the point? I don't know. I don't like the looks of it. Graham Eastern point here. Moving to the position here. Also, we got fast bars up here for only Wargame. He is definitely committing to like a pretty heavy infantry build, but they're stinching up no command. At this point, though, I don't think it's tactical support because they're going for light machines. So it could still be armor, I guess, but also rifle company seems very likely. In fact, it seems the most likely, honestly. Can we just got there evicted from the premises? Pushing out from the base again. We'll have to see when he takes up. I mean, you get out the Panzer form altogether. Let's say Mirasol has a fair chance here versus only Wargame. Graham Neeson pump with the Grenadier. Got the pack out running having suspected German positions. In this case, a bush that was actually mostly housing squirrels. There's 1742. Pack crouching around to fire the next target, I imagine. Yup. Pioneers brings well the Flammenwerfer. We've got the half coming up here. Pack 4 needs to be in the position as well to deal with that. Good hot hit there, punching straight through the half track. Ralph's coming in, from the north here. East side, west side, they're definitely pressuring there as well. A bit more. Needs to get the fuel back though before at this rate only Wargame just pushes straight ahead. Oh, and the machine gets swapped. Does go for the mortar. Interesting choice here. But direct here, the weapon aiming for true is definitely quite painful. Needs to get the grenades back on the field fast. Needs to get some more light machine guns out, and otherwise needs to like somehow consider take his move soon. Because he definitely needs some panzers here. Or even a Stuki, honestly, versus only Wargame. Just some sort of armor. We do get more light machine for those grenades that are there. Mortar almost done. It is interesting entities going for the mortar because most players think when faced with a pack house would not go for a mortar because, you know, the pack house are ranged and can quickly technically wipe it. But the mortar is still just a nice flexible piece of support that can provide offensive and defensive support. They have deploy smoke screen, so I honestly don't think it's a bad idea to go for the mortar. But again, I think most players would just not in this set of circumstances go for it at all. And that's always interesting to see. I mean, Mirasol in many ways feels like he's just breaking conventions left and right. This is not the Geneva Convention yet. Got the mortar at it. 1 kill already. There you go, beginning to combine the pack howitzer. My god, we're under fire from a mortar. A mortar? Yeah, I think we're too close. God damn it. That's your fault, Eugene. Sorry, sir. There's the rifle squad there. We'll have to see if he takes up. Rifle it there. Rifle squad dodges it easily. Push it back the rifle squad there. BR's held in hand. Moving on the centre, they got some real half tag as well there. 3 kills, veterans who won. Skirmish needs to get into. Oh, the cap's going into the building tonight to the Germans. Half team push back here again. There we go. Flank is now deeply exposed for the captain inside the building, really just projecting a large amount of firepower against all of the supporters from Mirasol. And he's got no real tool to deal with his meat. Like, theoretically, if he can pin him down, the mortar could deal with it. And he's trying to deal with it. There we go. First shot range through the roof there and knocks out one of the captain's men there as he finds a roof tile going straight for his skull. Corporal Shingles! Oh, he's got a shingle for his skull. Oh. Graham Neeson, point MD4 holding up. More to their close veterans who won. No take yet for Mirasol. At this point, I really think you could say me not only Wargame Scott the major out, and he will probably, you know, majoring his way towards the tank anytime soon. Captain here low in health, but keeps fighting. There you go. Well, no, he doesn't fight any longer. We got 365 to 409. Mirasol definitely in a bit of a tight spot here soonish. Going to bring up Neeson's side. Looking to probe up the American right flank. West side seems to have gotten out of Mirasol, unfortunately, but fortunately for the Wargame. At half tick is proved to be a solid investment here for only Wargame. But the pack cards is also proving to be fairly solid. Oh dear, he's not moving it in time! Could go down and pop! goes the Weasel. Leaving only Wargame now with no light vehicles against Mirasol, who really should be taking up here. But something seems to be holding back Mirasol. But Hauptmann, we need Panzer soon. Seht zu. You know, there's Germans. We need Panzers. Oh, yeah. But I suppose we could go for Panzers eventually, you know, I'm just so tired from all of this. You know, it's really stressful. We're still in the fight, you Dummkopf. East side before two being outflanked by the echelons. Sherman halfway down here, so no rival company. I wonder what only Wargame is planning then. Because honestly, you could just go for rival company and then push down EC8 instead. But again, the regular Sherman is pretty much better versus infantry. But this EC8 is just doing nice. And there you go. Finally, at the 15, almost 60-minute mark, Mirasol finally takes up. His aides finally getting through to him and, you know, convincing him to press that button. There we go. Nice grenade flank here and almost blows apart the infantry crew. Sherman ready here for only Wargame, adding that 50 cal. Take almost done. Pushing for the western point there. Keep kept bunching up the Scandinavians when there's a pack house that, you know, pretty much bombarding the next postal code there. That's really asking for a wipe there, if I have to be perfectly honest. Finally pushing with some fuel pump, got the Sherman quickly going. No, you're not. And blocking that off, we got the Spomacop here. Will it be the Panther 4 mod gate? Will it be a Stuke? Will it be a regular Panther 4? Those are the big questions right now. That and what on earth is only Wargame going to pick? But only Wargame, I would say, was also playing, you know, fairly different from American players in terms of like going both for grenades and weapon rack upgrades, but also, you know, making fair use of his grenades. So he's, you know, plus using super parts in the cap. I mean, only Wargame would definitely say is like ahead of a lot of American players so far in just terms of like using the faction. Captain there being molded, and there goes smoke grenade. Good lord. He's rising up high on the Classy Dave scale of American players, as Classy Dave is pretty much still the benchmark as far as I'm concerned for American players.
A capture point is under attack.
Sherman 40, Panther 4 halfway done. It is the regular Panther 4, sadly for Mirasol. I imagine it's because, you know, of time pressure, like he just wants to take out faster, so, you know, going for the regular Panther 4 makes sense, obviously, but, yeah, no, the Panther 4 mod, yeah, I think would be a bit superior. Or you could just have gone for the Stuke. Whatever the case, Panther 4 almost done. Sherman racing forwards here for only Wargame. Looks like going to try and probe the western entrance of the base here. Meanwhile, we got Mirasol's Panther 4 out here. Diving into the base here of Mirasol. Oh my.
We're losing a capture point. Kill it.
Most of the map remains American as well. We've got 250 centimeters for 4 and 9. There's still no commander for only Wargame. And to tank on the way, though, I definitely feel like only Wargame might be starting to get a bit overconfident. He's going to keep not choosing a commander here. And we're almost at the 20-minute mark, and there's still nothing there for only Wargame. I mean, honestly, Rival Company would be great just for the ability to lay down mines, would make it much harder for Mirasol to, like, you know, make a comeback. So, I definitely feel like it's a bit of a miss here by only Wargame not to choose a commander. Major Exterminator, Lisa Ralph scored. Almost got the Pioneers right, but they'll only help themselves, like. One bad call here by only Wargame could cost them the rival squad. Actually, down to one man. It's Karl against the Germans. And Karl runs. And gets wiped anyways. Another Sherman there. We got Modfire heading in the Packhards. Heading the Packhards. I mean, he's pretty fearless for that Morton. He's definitely catching only Wargame off guard because he's just like, you know, goddamn mortars. Why don't we have our own? So, oh, that's going to be wiped here, I think, on Mirasol unless he gets very lucky. Oh, yeah, actually. Nope, didn't. Close, though, but not quite. Panther moving in here. Anton called out in the open with the Grenadiers. Could also be hit by the mortar. We got 4 kills, close 52 here. Anton taking the trouble here. More Grenadiers for Mirasol. No Panther Grenadier or Assault Grenadiers. Good mortar hit here, though. Getting 82 the ball. Close to 53, in fact, from that. That's a real mortar. Got the entertaining fact, could destroy it. Oh, no, no. Mirasol decides not to. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. There you go. That mortar is absolutely mauling here on the Wargame. He's clearly not paying attention, which of course is making it much easier for the mortar to break up like experience and kills. But ace level mortar, that is really good. Shamno flanking the Panther 4. You just look at the captain. Close, but no cigar. And he didn't destroy the anti-tank either. And now we've got 2 Shamans here. There's the 1 Panther 4. Pack for the prime support here. No spot being deployed by only Wargame here to try and, you know, turn the situation perhaps against Mirasol. And still no commander. But he definitely took a bit of a beating there. That mortar, I think, has easily earned itself in now. Got it from the pack folding the Shaman, punching cleanly through the armor. Bringing it up from the Grenadiers. Almost got the wipe there. Ralph Squad needs to get out before the German mortar finishes them off. That or the Grenadiers or anything else really in the same vicinity. In the far west we got a Grenadiers platoon moving forwards here. Shaman's being fixed up here for freedom and democracy. Panther for good to go. Ground western part with the Grenadiers. And there we go. Looks like we're lining up for deep flank here for only Wargame, but still no commander. That said, it's deep flank that is spotted here by Mirasol. The Panther 4 diving back up with the Pioneers and forcing a full retreat here for only Wargame. Tanks still being worked on here. West side, we meanwhile got the offensive still continuing there for Mirasol with absolutely no pushback here from only Wargame and the 3rd Armored Division. Back at base of Mirasol, nothing further happening there either. Another pack 40. Good from body by the Shaman, good kill there. Second shot goes off the mark. East side here, Shaman in back alongside the anti-tank, pushing back the Panther 4. Though we do have pack 40 blocking that off as well. Attempting the Panther 4. Another shot there. Oh, we got spotted there, but the Shaman's absolutely knocked out. Yep, down it goes. Great killing for Mirasol. Literally, he's only Wargame in a bit of a tight spot, and there still isn't a commander for him. Pushing forward, see, could we see a grenade here? That'd be. Oh, he doesn't have the grenade on them, obviously. Almost got the machine nonetheless with the captain doing some quite a bit of damage here with the Thompson on the bar, but there you go. Rifle return does heavy damage, and then on the far west, Shaman forwards again here. Ground the point of the Rifle Squad. Machine gun push back. And there we go, finally. 23 minutes of the game, only Wargame finally commits to commander. It is Rifle Company, so probably planning the EC8 here. Plus it gives access to the white phosphorus barrage, which can definitely disrupt German defenses as well. And disrupt the Germans' ability to breathe. Pulling back the Sherman here. Good pack out in the Grenadiers. Reinforcing healing, but yeah, now it's actually only Wargame's time to do the defense against Mirasol, who's actually now got the upper hand here. Partly because he now has the more infantry versus opponent. Using the fire here, Rearson's bring up as well there. Pack out setting up there, very close to Veteran E2. So we've got to be seeing EC2 soon enough for only Wargame. Ralph Squad catching the MD42 here. Could try grenade retreat maybe, but I think that should look for that now actually. Sherman in there. He can go for the EC8 now. Definitely should. He can even use the captain to try and smash out the EC8 faster here versus Mirasol. There we go. And we do get another Grenadier squad wiped in. There's another veteran one. In fact, Mirasol's down just one Grenadier squad at 8, so the rest are actually pretty much raw recruits here from the Ersatz- und Ausbildungsabteilung. Germany EC8, they're still getting ready. Panther rolling in, riding here only Wargame men. Only Wargame though also should strongly consider more infantry at this point. Like he could either take for the lieutenant, since you know the lieutenant has grenades, has a Thompson, so it seems like 2 bars to him. It would actually be a really powerful option if only Wargame, which is not a rifle score. But I definitely think you should go for either these 2 options. You know, add in some more troops with bars versus Mirasol. If possible, if he hasn't upgraded already more bars, he definitely should. Like just more bars, the better in your infantry. Like, if you can add 2 bars to your rifle and your captain, you do so. And so far, it seems like only Wargame can, so he should. And particularly when he's floating so much munitions. I mean, the White Fossil Smoke Barrage is like only 110 munitions, and, you know, he doesn't need that much, I would say. So I definitely feel like that's a bit of a miss here, but only Wargame not to, like, double bar up his men. Rather squad are being met out in the open, just being slaughtered here by the Germans. In the center, we got these hitting 14. Need to be careful not to dive in too deeply without support. As that could critically cost him the EC8. We got another pen from Mirasol, and again, no model J. Oh, he's going for tier 4 instead. Oh. He's actually starting for the Tigers now. That's a bit ambitious, but could be exactly what only Wargame needs to turn this back in his favour. Which is why Mirasol probably shouldn't be doing it. But he was going for it. That's definitely, I think, a great opportunity for only Wargame to like swing the game around once more. And he actually went for the 5th kill on the EC, did not go for the Brad Pitt upgrade. That definitely got him kicked out of the Brad Pitt fan club, that's for sure. Or would be grounds for ejecting him if he were to try and join it. Let's see. No Brad Pitt upgrades in EC8's rejected. You bring shame to the name Brad Pitt. Shame. Last one's going to need a pack fire to flank down Death as well. These coming up. And another one. That's a captain a bit that does thing. Quite stinging blow. The Tony Wargame continue to float a lot of munitions, but also manpower now. Now he absolutely like just needs to prioritize replacement. We got the rifle squad, but honestly, he could also consider like going for the new captain there. That would also think be a very strong idea there. More pioneers here for Mirasol. Thumbs up to that. Panther then half 8 to 2. No White Phosphorus. Not a lot of smoke being deployed either here, but only Wargame's about having multiple tanks now that can deploy smoke screens. And again, it's not like he's short on munitions to do so. So it seems like only Wargame might have stalled out a bit against Mirasol. It just seems to still be, you know, filled with boundless energy and enthusiasm. Most likely Panzer Schokolade. There we go. White Phosphorus and the MD42 there, though. That mob of follow-up is going to not be so effective. Panther 4 diving in here straight into the entertainment. A great hit could cost Mirasol his Panther 4, which again would also be great here for only Wargame as he dives towards his opponent, dives towards the Tiger Race. But there he goes. Oh, the Panther 4 down to the arc of fire and it gets wiped. Needs these hit in there. He crews it, but the Panther 4 will be able to. Oh, he gets away. Close call here. The Route coming against the support. We've got 2 packs being caught here. Grenades off there, flying through the skies, enveloping the pack crew soon in a cloud of death. Sham there is pursuing here the Panther 4, but looks like the Panther 4 is well on the way to a safe escape. Oh no, he isn't. The EC8 there almost got it. If only the Panther 4 gave itself away, and there you go. The EC8 kills it. Takes 2 hits from the pack 40. Route squad though being utterly executed by the Grenadiers here and slaughtered by 3 light machine guns. Still needs more infantry, but he also needs more armor. He needs, well, more everything except Germans to kill. Meanwhile, Mirasol there got the Heavy Panzer Corps. That definitely is a very strong Tiger A signal here for Mirasol. He believes. He believes. Mein Gott, Herr Hauptmann, what fuels his sheer belief? Panzerschokolade. Und more Panzerschokolade. Ach, mein Gott, we're doomed. White Fuzz being deployed again by only Wargame in the centre. That mod has been great. Not like the pack has been bad either, but also got the support package on the Pioneers. Thumbs up to that. We haven't seen any Model J's. We haven't seen the mobile observation post. Obviously, we might just see the Tiger Ace though. We got another regular Sherman here for the Wargame. There's the Tiger Race. He probably wants more EC8s or a Jackson tank destroyer, in all fairness. There we go. 30-minute mark. Mirasol they called on the Tiger Race. Summoning for the nearby 501st Schwere Panzerabteilung. Punish Rafts on the west. Let's go in the center there. Sham swing into there, going to move straight into line of fire. The Tiger Race here and there goes shot bounce off the 100mm thick frontal armor. The Tiger Race turns its mighty 8-hit gun there on the Sherman tank crews. Good hit there. Pack's also moving in here. There we go. First Sherman completely evaporates under a storm of armor-piercing shells there. Tearing the entire tank asunder as the munitions are cooked off. You see it there, already half 8 of SC2 on the west side. Pioneer's got the western victory point. We got 194 versus 290. Only Wargame situation actually seems to be crumbling now under Mirasol's relentless near terminal assault. He even steals the pack howitzer. He makes a run for it. Pack's turning around here and just not a lot of smoke from the Wargame except White Foz. There goes Sherman taking troops from the pack 40. Tiger Race on the move here. Sherman narrowly survives the encounter here with the pack front, including the ace pack 40 here. Pack out destroyed. If Mirasol can't have it, then no one can. Another wipe here, though. I think that's the retreating pack outer crew, though. So looking actually a bit awkward there for any Wargame. Like, he went from being in a fairly dominant position, like, you know, roughly 50 minutes ago, to now being in the opposite of a dominant position. Sherman was catching the Pioneers out, and then we got Veterans 1 there. Another star for freedom. In an otherwise very dark and cold German night. Now the Ralph scored, now they're entertaining here for the Wargame. Meanwhile the mortar continues to be a solid investment here for Mirasol. They could also use some smoke screens. There's the Ralph scored here. Rafting off here. Then he's being shot to bits out in the open. We're on the centre here. Tiger Race shoots. Slight hit there. Sherman moving in. 7 kills, Veterans 1. Tiger Race takes a few hits here. Good shot there. Good hit from the Tiger Race on the rifle squad. Almost getting a wipe there. Sherman fighting the Tiger Race. Close victory on the Tiger Race. Good shot there. Mortified pack fire. Only Wargame's assault or counterattack here is being bogged down under torrents of German firepower. We got a grenade on the double packs, almost in fact wiping out both of them. Actually wipes one of them, but I don't think it's enough at this stage versus Mirasol and the second Panzer. We've got another Sherman rolling forwards here. Tiger Racing it repairs, but it's so close to 2 here. We got 194 versus 202. Sherman takes it there again. Gunneers almost got only Wargame's anti-tank gun there wiped out again. Another Panzer for Mirasol. I think that's a very simple choice. Fixing up the Tiger Race. Can also use the vehicle crew repair there to speed up the repairs. I think that'd be a fairly good idea there. Very good ability there on the Tiger Race. I think only Wargame is planning for a Jackson tank destroyer here versus the Tiger Race. Just a bit too late. Almost got the Sherman Tigers getting into soon. I think that Sherman may not survive it here. Yup. Another Sherman cooked up. Like a Christmas roast. In the Kruppstahl oven of the Third Reich. Wait, no. Another Panzer there. Only Wargame surrenders the loss here for freedom and democracy. A glorious victory for Germany and Panzerschokolade. A fierce fight here at Mirasol. They're definitely a bit unconventional, in some cases a bit raw, but I think came through just partly through sheer aggression and just absolute bloody mindedness, but not stupid bloody mind. It's just very bloody mind about outmaneuvering his opponent, like looking for weak spots and just hammering over the mortar. Like in some cases, it's just straight up fearless. Like most other situations, most players just be a bit hesitant. Mirasol just went at it. Mortar as the pack out here, sure. Deutschland vorwärts, all that sort of stuff. Then it kind of worked out. It was only Wargame at certain points, partly I think through an awkward force composition, but also just the aggressive text started to get more and more defensive, conceding initiative to Mirasol, which really meant that Mirasol then suddenly had more of the advantage there. I think there was also an issue with supporting attacks at times of smoke. I think, with all the tanks he had, he could provide a fairly thick smoke cover to make a really good push with. Plus, the other issue was just flooding resources like munitions. We had more bars, had more grenades. So there were definitely some issues there with the only Wargame strategy around the mid to late point there of the game that I think kind of held him back. Whereas again, Mirasol just wasn't constrained. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. Hope it gives you ideas for matches. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Also, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. That would make me and Basil the Kitty Cat very happy. So cheers, everyone. You all are one for audience, and I hope to see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.